your home is about to drop $60,000 in value over the next 6 months. Now, I know that sounds dramatic, and if you know me, you know I don't like the clickbaity, headliney sort of stuff, but what I'm about to show you is backed up by numbers. I watch the market very, very closely, and we're about to run into a cycle along with it being an election year. I want you to pay attention here because I'm here to show you what is going to happen over the next 6 months. You know that I watch the market very, very closely. I give you monthly updates on what the market is doing, and I don't normally have very solid predictions like that. I'm very much let's see what the market does, because no one in the world is going to know. But this part, I feel like I do know. And I have a lot of sellers that are coming to me not knowing what to do. So I figured I'd put out this video to kind of show everybody what is going to happen. So we're looking at Denver Metro median price here, okay? And this is over the last 5 years. This is the stuff that I watch on a weekly basis, okay? And now the last 5 years have been goofy, right? We had COVID, so things weren't exactly right. Numbers were kind of all over the place. So I'm going to zoom this out to a 15-year horizon. And what you're going to see is kind of a heartbeat that's trending up, right? This is our median sales price. And what I want to show you is what the norm is, okay? So we're going to go all the way back to 2014, okay? This was after the recession, and things were on a good rebound, right? Everybody was starting to feel better, and jobs were good, and like, hey, we were in this trend that we've been in for approximately the last 10 years. So we can see in June of 2014, 282.5 was the median sales price, okay? We went down to approximately 270, 271. Doesn't sound like that big of a deal, but 10 grand at that price range is 5%. Okay. Keep that in mind. So we'll go to the next year, 2015. We were at 322 approximately, went down to 305. Again, about a 5% adjustment. 2016, we went from 360 down to about 340. So that was a little bit more, about 7%. I want to fast forward all the way to April of 2022. Now, I know April of 2022 was a little bit different, right? That's right when rates were about to rise. But I think we've got another headline thing similar to rates. Beyond rates being at 7%, we're in an election year, and election year traffic is already down by 50% starting in about July, August. All the media is really hammering in on the election. Things are getting crazy, and there's no signs of it not being this crazy this year. So when we have an election year and showing traffic is down this much, I think we have a similar catalyst to what we had in April, which was interest rates going from 3%, driving all the way up to about 6%, and then all the way up to 7%. We went from 600,000 as the median price all the way down to 520. Okay. That is an $80,000 drop. That's a 15% price drop. And then we can see last year in June, 575 was our peak, and we went down to 535. So we dropped 40 grand in value from June until December. January was kind of flat. So again, $40,000 off of 575, you're looking at another 7-ish% adjustment in the market. We're going to go over to Redfin here, okay? So this shows it in just a different format to get your head wrapped around what we're about to see here. So 2024 is the yellow line, okay? We're looking at new listings. So 2023 is the blue line. The amount of new listings we have coming on the market year over year is 17% higher than it was last year. That's a fair amount, but we're still low on inventory in general, so maybe the numbers are just goofy, right? Because we're less than 2022 and 2021 new listing numbers coming on the market, right? Okay. Pending sales. This is where, we watch this trend. The blue line is 2023, and we can see the trend just trickles down from now until the end of December. Okay, so we've already started that downtrend here on our yellow line, which is 2024. So where is that going to go? It's going to go in the same direction because that's what it does every single year. But how much lower is it going to be than last year? We'll find out. The amount of homes closed. We're down about 3.5% year over year. No big deal, right? But let's go back to new listings. We're up 17% in new listings. So what does this mean? This means inventory is going to build, and it's going to build rapidly here. Now, the new listing median price is up year over year, so their numbers are a little bit different. They don't get as accurate of data on this as the MLS is straight from Denver. So that still looks good. We're up year over year on that, and that is awesome. The median sales price, however, is different than the listing median price. Okay. So this last number we just looked at was how much people are putting their house on the market for. This next number here is how much it's actually selling for. So we're still below 2022 pricing, but people are putting them on the market higher than the 2022 pricing because 2022 everything was getting multiple offers, things like that, so it was driving the prices up. So we're a little bit above last year, but then you can see we start this downtrend every year starting now. So then we can come through and see active listings. Okay, this is the one that paints the picture. This is the amount of active listings, showing 41% higher year over year. Now, it's not as extreme as, oh my God, we have twice as much inventory, because all the numbers are still really suppressed. We do have 41% more inventory this year than we did last year on the market currently to buy. But our numbers are still low across the board. So it doesn't feel that crazy yet. But if these numbers, so we can look year over year, the same things happen. Active listings keep driving up. And what's associated with that too, and I'll show you another fun one, is the price drops that happen. Okay, so right now, there's a couple of different ways to look at this. So we can see that as of this week, 11% of active listings had a price drop this week. So 1 out of 10 prices or houses dropped their price this week. And we can look at what happened 2022. I mean, this is just like a roller coaster, right? And then it fell off the map. So as the price drops happen, that's when prices are going down, obviously. So I'm going to be interested to see what happens here. Age of inventory is just starting to really curl up, and we're going to follow this trend. And month supply of inventory, we're well above where we were last year. Okay. So this is going to be an interesting year. Now, to look at one other thing. So this is a different way that Redfin tracks this stuff. This is amazing. This is the amount of price drops on every active listing in the Denver metro area. We can see that 45% of all homes on the market have had a price drop. That is wild. And it happens so fast. Look at 2022 here. We went from 14% of all active listings having a price drop all the way up to 58% of all active properties having a price drop on them. Is pretty incredible. So we'll see what happens here. Now, the reason why your house is going to drop in value and everybody's is going to change, right? If you're in a more inexpensive neighborhood, you're probably going to drop 10%, I would say. So if your house is worth $500,000 from now until January, it's going to be worth, $450 approximately. If your house is worth $1 million today, it's likely going to be worth $900. And that sounds extreme, but it happens fast, ladies and gentlemen. So moral of the story, if you're debating it, stop debating it anymore. Like if you need to move, if life-changing events have happened, like now is your time. Put the house on the market. Of course, we're willing to help. We offer to fix up our clients' homes, all that stuff to get them ready because it takes a lot longer than you think it does. And so we often have to step in and, take charge of the situation to get you where you want to be. And I'm sorry if this has come off as a little bit meh, this doesn't feel good, but I'm just telling you the reality here. And I'm saying 10%, okay? But there's a big piece of me that actually thinks it's going to be more like 15, okay? And that's because I think this election is a catalyst. Doesn't matter who you think is going to win. Doesn't matter who you vote for. I don't care. But half the world always thinks the world is going to end, right? When you have a contentious election. And I don't think this one is going to be any different. So now, if you're on the buy side, I think there's some good opportunity to come up, right? I think interest rates are going to stay the same. So that's going to suck as a buyer, but I think that's going to make some more opportunity for things like seller concessions, for inspection items, for stuff like that. So just be prepared, ladies and gentlemen. We're already seeing the headlines. We're already seeing a lot of, news outlets and everybody coming out. But I will say there's a feeling I get on the back end that I'm getting emails from agents every single day of, hey, new price adjustments, hey, seller concessions being offered. And it's more aggressive than I've felt it in the last 15 years since I've been in this business. So that's just kind of my gut check, right? That's just my gut feeling. If you need anything, if you need me to talk to family members about this stuff, like I said, I'm a numbers guy. This is what drives my decision. We as buyers, because we flip a lot of houses too, are kind of taking a back seat for the next few months to kind of see what happens and what shakes out, because we have to be extremely conservative on our offers because we think the market is going to go down by 10 to 15% in the next 6 months. Okay. And so that makes our cash offers crap, but we can offer to sell your house now, fix it up for you, do the work ourselves. We'll pay for it. We won't get paid until closing, and, help you out of the situation so you can get as much as possible while still having us guide you through the entire process. So again, my name's Alex Saldana. I've been a Denver agent since 2010, and I just like to keep you informed on what the market is doing. But whatever questions you have, feel free, call me, text me. I'm here all the time. Hope you're all doing well. And until the next time, happy housing.